Cinema Steven here, and this is your review of Elevation, the newest film by Vertical Pictures starring Anthony Mackie and Morena Baccarin. Now, first off, I wanted to thank Pixel Screen Media for sending me the screener to this movie. I was going to go see it anyway because I like Anthony Mackie and I like these post-apocalyptic movies, and I really like the notion that it's from the producers of A Quiet Place and The Purge. And speaking of A Quiet Place, a lot of movies have been kind of treading on the idea of how can we get monsters to attack humans, but they always have some kind of calling ability. Like, for example, A Quiet Place, you have to be quiet because it preys upon your vocals. And there's other movies where it relies on vision, like Bird Box. It's something that if you see it, you're dead. Well, this one's no different. And the title is the key point of this movie, where these aliens or monsters or whatever they happen to be come to Earth. They wipe out 90% of the human population, as one usually does when taking over an entire planet. But their one fallback is that they can't breathe a certain level of oxygen past an elevated point. So 8,000 feet happens to be that point. So Anthony Mackie works for a commune in this village where everybody's living in the mountains. But there happens to be a situation where he has to go down past 8,000 feet because his son is sick and he's got to get medicine for him. And of course, like most leaders, they always have their followers, and in this case, it happens to be Morena Baccarin, who plays a brilliant scientist who thinks she knows the key to destroying these monsters, but she's never really been given an idea or the ability to do her research because she's a brilliant scientist. And I've got to say that this movie was only 91 minutes long. That's like one major drawback that I had for the movie, because some cases I want to hear more about the story, but this one, it wastes no time. It gets right into the business of it. It relies on you to be a grown-up and to understand the plot. It's not that complicated where you need a whole hour of pretext going into what's going on here. We get it. These monsters can't breathe above 8,000 feet. They wiped out the planet. How many times have we seen that in a movie before? We don't need it. And that's what I've been constantly complaining about lately. It's like every movie has to be over 2.5 hours long, or it has to have a 10 episode, 1 hour series. And sometimes I just want a quick 90-minute movie. Like, I'll go back and I'll watch movies from the 80s and 90s that were quick 90-minute movies that get right to the point. And that's exactly what this one does. And you get right into the action. I really enjoyed it. It's just another one of those good old-fashioned post-apocalyptic thrillers that I think if you sat down, watched it, you would enjoy your time because it's got a compelling cast. And the ending, no spoilers, obviously, with these reviews because it's currently in theaters right now and you can go watch it, but it could potentially set up some bigger things. And if you, by any chance, love Anthony Mackie, this is a good opportunity to see him showcased in something outside of the Marvel wagon. So Elevation, now in theaters. Go see it.